It's time for...
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
Okay, so I worked on Eternal Might. Eternal Might, let me get my numbers, is a $70 deck, which is kind of crazy, but...
That's what it's pre-sailing for?
Yeah, pre-sale on TCG currently, at least when I checked yesterday, was at $70. So that's pretty high for a pre-con. There's...
a non-Modern Horizons pre-con.
Right, exactly. So there's 3 notable cards that are over $10 in this deck. That being the Scarab God at $11. Rot Hulk, that just didn't... That was a hard one to... It was in a weird set, wasn't it? It was in that weird special set. So that one's just...
Yeah, it was in Game Nights, but it did get a reprint in the Mystery Boosters 2.
Yeah, so
Mystery Box 2.
The cheapest version of that is $26. And then you got...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unholy...
I got mine for 11 off of Card Sphere.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
But then you also have Unholy Grotto at $10. So $48 of value of $10 or more. Between 5 and 10, I had Crypt Breaker, Zombie Master, God Eternal Oketra, and Bantu's Monument. That gave you a total of 27, and then cards that are between 2 and 5 had 9 of them, so about $18. So 45, 48, total value of $93, which is, you're making out with $23 more than what the deck costs, so that's kind of nice there. I guess for how expensive it is, the new cards really have to speak to me to go for this. I mean, you're making money $23, but again, we talk about that bulk stuff. If you want this deck, with all these decks, whenever we talk about that, when we say we don't want to buy it, it just means because we have a lot of the cards that are in it. It's the new cards buying the singles. So when we talk about, is it worth it? Yeah, it's probably worth it. But it's really more about the single part of things. Is it worth it for us to go for that or just buy the singles? So
because a big part of the pre-cons is the value in the cards. And even though there's a $15 card and we're like, hey, me and you, we can move those things on CardSphere or YouTube, or not YouTube, eBay.
Yeah.
But the $2 and $3 cards are a lot harder to move, and so they have a lot less value to us. Plus, even though they might be worth $2-3, like
plus what happens?
Act, even though it's a $2 card, just if you have enough of them, it's hard to move.
Plus, so what happens with those expensive cards in this? These numbers I'm giving you are not the numbers that are going to be after a couple weeks after this comes out.
Right.
So
they also go down.
Yep. So all right. So the new cards. Maybe this will bring it back a little bit. So we have 3 cards that I thought were really good in this deck. The first one is Wizened. That's probably what it is. Wizened Mentor.
Yeah.
1 colorless and 1 white. We have this kind of effect, but I like this one a lot. But it's whenever an opponent activates an ability of a permanent that isn't a mono ability, you get a 1/1 white zombie creature token. This ability only triggers once each turn, so you can't get abused. But the spectrum is huge. It's basically if you're activating an ability of a permanent, it's not basically, that's what it's doing. You get a creature off of it. So you could probably expect to get 2 creatures by the time it comes around to you, per turn cycle, 2 to 3. So I think that's pretty good. It works in zombie decks, obviously, because you're getting a zombie, but it doesn't have to be a zombie deck either. It's like that.
Any token deck.
What was that one that we really liked? Collective? No. That one that anytime a creature comes into play or artifact, if they don't tap it, then you get a 1/1.
I mean, that one's a lot better. That
one's really good.
Conquering Vampire.
No. Oh yeah, that's Charismatic Conqueror. There we go. Got it. Thank you for the Conqueror part. So that one's obviously better, but I like these kind of abilities. It doesn't have to be in a zombie deck. So I think that one's a pretty sweet one. Well, this was talked about on the Discord with RoboCop building this next one, but it's here we go. Hashaton. No, I got it. Hashaton Scarab's Fist. So it's a white and a black for a 1/3 zombie wizard. Whenever you discard a creature card, you may pay 2 and 1 blue. If you do, create a tapped token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. This seems really cool. Like being able to, you could build around this if you want. I think that's how you want to do it, but just discarding something that costs a crap ton, but it's abilities of whatever it does is crazy, and you're only having to pay 2 or 3 to get it in play, just seems pretty bonkers. So I really like this one.
This one seems to be moving some cards to for the deck.
Yeah.
So
what were some of the cards? Do you remember?
Which one? Which ones?
Unfulfilled.
So Unfulfilled Desires was one of them, and then there was Bone Miser is moving. The give me 1 second.
There was that. Is that the zombie one that you discard a creature and then you pull one from your graveyard?
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was. And then also there was like Varina from the other commander set that was black, blue, white zombies. I think that was commander. I don't know. Commander set. So yeah, there's definitely 4 or 5 of them that are big movers because of this. And I think there's a lot of people excited for that one.
Yeah.
So that I think is probably what's driving the price of the Precon up.
Yeah. And I'll say what I really like about it too is that I like that they added that blue into the text box, so it made it a 3-color commander, because I think you'd be limited on choices just being a white and black zombie commander, but by adding that blue gives you so many more options, especially because blue does the whole draw a card, discard a card, draw a card, discard a card. It gives you that effect to happen so much easier. So I think this card's pretty sweet. And then the last one is Ret Tomb Mystic. I'm guessing that's how you say it. 1 colorless, 1 blue for a zombie bird wizard to 1 flying. Each creature in your hand has cycling, which is 1 colorless and 1 blue. So it works hand in hand with this last one we just talked about, Scarab's Fist. I just think it's pretty sweet to be able to add that to all the cards, your creature cards in your hand, even if they don't have it. So I just think it's a pretty sweet card. So
agreed.
That being
Cycling's
said,
pretty sweet.
That being said, all these cards, we have the deck value. It costs $70 to get in. It's $93 of value of cards that are actually notable. We got these 3. There's more new cards in it too, but these are the ones that are notable. Lowry, is it worth it? It's time for.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
What do you think? Is this one worth it for you, or are you doing singles? Singles?
At $70, it's a bit rich for me. If it was the regular in between 40, 50,
yeah,
I'd be a lot happier. And I understand, like, but I'm with that price difference, I'm gonna end up saying no. But if you're into zombies, for sure.
Yeah.
If you're going to build one of these cards, for sure.
Yeah.
That I think those are huge pulls. Either the face commander is not bad by any means either. Where whenever you draw a card, your zombies get +1/+1 until end of turn for each card you're drawing. Like that's a really good card for zombies as well.
Just wait till we get to the upgrades, because that one, it seems like a fun one to build. Like like you said, I like that commander.
So I think I'd say there's caveats for me personally. I am likely going to be going singles.
I need to get all the single ladies button. I have that written down and I didn't make the button, but you're basically,
the price is wrong.
You're going singles.
Yeah,
when we say
the
that,
price is just wrong for me at 70.
And I
maybe
agree.
in a little bit as the hype goes down, maybe things even out a little bit later on too. So
how
about you?
I'm in
What are
the
you
same
thinking?
boat. I'm in the same boat.
Okay.
Basically, if I was to build this deck, I have a few of the cards. I just pick off the singles that I'd want in this one. I would change out. I won't go over that in the upgrades deck. We're just going to talk about what cards we're upgrading or what we're putting in it. But there's a lot of zombies I would take out of there that they have in and whatever. So I wouldn't buy the deck per se, because I have a lot of things that I would use. But yes, I'm the same boat.
The price is wrong.
But if, like you said, you want to build this zombie deck, you like the zombie deck, you don't have all this, this is a good deck to buy. It's built built well. There's a lot of synergy with there's 35 freaking zombies in it, not to mention the spells that are in the deck that give you zombies. So this has a lot of stuff in it. So hey gang, the best way to support the Commander Smiths is to make sure you slap that like button, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Also check out our online store, commandersmiths.com, where we have metal tokens, mugs, t-shirts, playmats, and more.